Hey, what's going on, everyone? For all those who may not know who I am Reverend J. And this is my co-host Joy.
Hey guys.
And this is what my beautiful wife Tracy, one of our panelists today.
Hey.
Yeah.
And this is another episode of Let's Talk About It, where we talk about the things that people need to talk about but don't. And once again, we're going to talk about some relationships. But before we begin, if you can, put in the chat box if you're watching us live or the replay. Also, if you don't mind, let us know where you're watching us from. Right now, we're streaming all over Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So sometimes it's good to know who's watching us and where you're watching us from. Also, you're welcome to make comments. If you want, we're watching the Facebook feed and the YouTube feed. So if you have any comments, go ahead.
Also, you're welcome to make comments.
My bad.
We're watching.
Let me that.
A remix.
Yeah, right. Submit the comments because this is not where we're just going to talk about ourselves, but also we want to make this a more interactive. But so we can try to get down a lot of questions. We're gonna go ahead and get started. But quickly, Joy and Tracy, how was your week this week?
So far, so good. Can't complain. It's Friday, so can't complain.
Yep, definitely Friday. It's a
We made
beautiful
it.
day in the neighborhood when it's Friday. Yeah.
Right. TGIF. Thanks God it's Friday.
Yep.
You
Thank
know
God
it.
it's Friday.
Hey.
It's Friday.
All right, we're gonna get started. The first question is this: in a marriage, how important is sex?
I'll go first. In a marriage, I think it's very important. And I believe it brings a couple closer to one another, more connected emotionally, physically, everything. And I feel if you're not having sex at all or limited, I think in a marriage, I think you should go to the other person, like say, hey, listen, I feel, you're not into me, or hey, maybe I'm not into you. We need to get this, lay the cards out on the table and discuss, why there's a lack of it. Because everybody does have a different sex drive. Some is really low, some is really high, some it's completely gone, so you really need to get that figured out, especially if it has changed since the beginning of the relationship. There's a reason for everything. So I say it's very, very, very important. I forgot the scripture, but there's a scripture in the Bible that touches exactly on that. So I'm sure, Rev, you can find that up. But anyway, it's very important.
Very important.
Very important. And you got to get creative with it. You got to bring different things in, whatever. Just make it spicy, spontaneous within, with just the two people. Don't involve, well, in my opinion, everybody has their own thing. In my opinion, don't involve other people and different things going on. Just husband,
like
wife,
menage a trois.
and that's it. Some toys are all right, but don't bring other people in there. But whatever floats your boat. But that's just my opinion.
What do you think? In a marriage, how important is sex?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. I believe it's very important. I do believe it's important. But I also believe like the kind of sex, you have to be careful the kind of sex, because you don't want to have that resentful type of sex. Like she don't really want you on her, and so she just laying there and you just humping away. She feel like Celie from Color Purple, like,
Oh my.
I just lay there while he do his business. You don't want that type of sex. You know what I'm saying? Even if you get it every night, you like, yo, shorty, like, I don't want this. Like, that's trash. So as long as it's enjoyable and pleasurable for both parties, I I don't necessarily know if it's like how many times, but I think that whenever you do have it, it should be something that's enjoyable for both of you, not just like you're out just having sex just for the sake of saying I don't want to hear his mouth or I don't want to hear her mouth, so I'm just gonna give it to him real quick and call it a day.
Oh gosh,
Because is that
I'll check that off the list too. Did that?
because that's raggedy. Nobody wants that in their life. Like for real, nobody wants that.
That's like,
Exactly. What people do.
I don't want to do it. Just keep it.
Exactly. Like you just keep that, shorty. Like I don't even want it no more. Like wrap that up. Don't even put no aluminum foil in it. Just throw that in the trash, yo. Just get a garbage bag, throw that in the trash, yo. But I don't know. I think it's important. I'm not sure about how often. I guess it depends on both parties' sex drive and their life schedules. Because some people may be like, oh yeah, I could do it 2-3 times a week. And there's other people that's like 2-3 times a week. That's it. That's a lot. And it's like, and then some people that's not enough. Some people like, I want it 5-6 times a week. But then there's
some people 2-3 times a day,
Yeah, some people like it multiple times a day. I don't that's a lot. But maybe in my 20s, I could.
You do that when you're 20, got no kids.
Yeah, like, and I'm like,
no job.
Yeah, even if I ain't had no job, I still can't do it. But no, 2-3 times a day. That's a lot. That's a lot. But so I think it is important.
That's pandemic time.
Yeah, when you ain't got nothing to do, everything is closed. And it's like work is out, everybody's home. But I don't know. So but I do think it's important. But I think it's the type of sex that you're having, which is more important. The type of sex. If it's trash, the rest of your relationship is probably trash too. So.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
I think sex in a marriage is very important. Because again, it's part of intimacy. Of course, it is not the whole. It's not what intimacy is all about, but it's part of it. I heard from a counselor that one couple didn't have sex for 10 years. I'm like, no. Somebody having sex. Somebody sex.
Not with you.
They may not be having sex together.
Who are you telling? Who are you? Because I know some people. Like, yo, we ain't had sex for years. Together.
And believe it or not, believe it or not, again, and if again, I think in a marriage, because no man sign up to get married and not have no sex. So that should be against the law. That should be a crime. That should be a crime.
Very true. Women don't either.
You may go to jail for that. But again, it's part of intimacy. So again, you got to make it enjoyable. So again, so that goes into the next question. So what do you do if one person have a higher sex drive than the other person?
I think I kind of said it before. Maybe introduce toys. Maybe you go to some kind of like therapist. Maybe I don't know, just like communicate. To see where you can make it like a happy medium. Because some may want it too much, and then some may want it like too little. So in a marriage, you have to, compromise. You have to come in the middle. So I would just say, do something like that. Just make it exciting, And sometimes it doesn't even if the person has a lower sex drive, it may be the person's not doing what they should be doing outside of the bedroom. It all starts outside of the bedroom. Right. I think Joy, you said the other week, leaving like notes and different things like that, whatever it is.
Right.
That, if you're with your partner, you should be paying attention. Like, okay, they like this. Okay, they like roses. They like this and that. So that could be also. But really, I think it's just communication. Communication before you step out and go somewhere else. Communication is key.
I agree. I think like anything, I think in a relationship, it's all about relating. So if you have if one person have a high sex drive than the other person, which is normal, and over time it change over time. It reverses. The person that initially started out with a high sex drive now have a lower sex drive, and the other person that had a lower sex drive now have a high sex drive. So you got to learn to really just communicate and talk about, get on a schedule if you have to.
Oh, I hate schedule sex.
I'll meet you at 9 o'clock on Monday.
I mean, you're not. Yeah, me too. I would hit too, but you know.
I hate schedule sex. It's so. Oh, I hate
you ready like spontaneous, right? Just like, okay, let's.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you know.
Gotta pencil you in.
I don't want to be like, okay, because then I feel like I'm obligated. And my thing is, I might not be in the mood. If I'm not in the mood, then it's like, now I gotta sit here and be like, what do you want me to do? Like, I don't want to play no more. Can I tap out? Are you done, sir? Like, I don't want to have to do that. I want it to be, fun and vibrant. I want it to be like, just catch me somewhere and and I believe both. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, this is my thought process about this. It doesn't matter. I'm aiming to please.
So you don't mind if it's scheduled sex? If y'all like put like, all right, Tuesdays and Thursdays are the days we have.
Well, no, we couldn't do that because I'm a very spontaneous person.
Yeah,
no,
we don't do schedule.
Yeah, we don't do that. Yeah,
I'm a spontaneous person, so I don't.
I'm too spontaneous for that.
Yeah,
you make Thursday. I'm gonna be tired on day because I've been up since like for 15 hours.
That's what I'm saying. You don't want that because you may not be in the mood that day at that time, and then you missed out, and you're like, oh man, I gotta wait till next week.
I wait till next week. Nope.
Nobody doing that. Like, just catch me in the bathroom, man, or catch me in the kitchen somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Just like, yo, come here.
Yeah.
I don't like schedule sex. Schedule sex for me is just for
like this. No,
right?
I'm like this. I'm aiming to please. So again, if you're ready, I can get ready. Hey, if we have to get some gin and juice.
You're so stupid.
Take a shot. That's what you do back in the old days. So, take a shot.
See what I feel like?
But no, what happens? You again. That's what sometimes you may have to do. You may have to find what turns you on and get you in the mood. If you got to take a couple of drinks, let's take a couple of drinks.
Not take a couple of shots. Just have sex.
But it must be real bad if you got to take a couple of shots.
You ain't never lied. You're like, baby, you want to have sex? Hold on.
That's what somebody you're married to. But also like at the same time though, like you say again, you gotta probably in life in a marriage or in a relationship it's all about matching a person's lifestyle. If you may be a homebody and the other person is not, which is always the case, most time the case, because obviously do attract somehow those some weird way.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta match the person's personality. You may not have to go out all the time, but go out with them sometimes.
Absolutely.
Because again, relationship is about relating. And when you stop relating with each other, guess what happens? That leaves a void for a door to be open for someone else to come in and they will connect with them. And again, now you have like what they call Jada Pinkett called an entanglement.
Yep. AKA an affair.
An affair. Yeah. No, I'm telling you, that's how it happens.
Dress it up.
You want to dress up. Look, a hoe is a hoe. I don't care if you put a red lipstick and the nails and a nice dress. Still a hoe, Still a hoe. A hoe's a hoe.
No, yeah. No, it's important. It's important. So that's important though. So we do a show about that one day, Or Facebook Live.
No.
Let's talk. Let's talk about this. Next question. Matter of fact, this is good here. What should a person do if their partner hardly give them compliments or attention? This is one of the things where you need to sit down with the person or go to counseling and let someone else tell them that you both have needs, and you'll need those needs because you ask them to marry you or you're in a committed relation with that person. I think it's just a right thing to do your best to fulfill that person's need as much as you can. You won't meet every need. There's always gonna be something you're gonna live out, but do your best to give that person what they feel they need when it comes to emotions and relationship. And let me tell you this, it will be awkward at times, but when you get as you get used to doing it, it becomes more natural.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, some people are naturally, that's just who they are. Like it just comes out natural, like, oh, hey, you're pretty, or hey, you're handsome. I like your new shoes or your haircut or whatever it could be. So some people are just that naturally. And the other person who's not naturally like that, they might think the person that they're with is handsome or cute or pretty dress or just whatever. They just don't say it. But usually when you're dating, you kind of can figure that out, that person, for the most part, how they are. And sometimes maybe if that person was giving compliments while you're dating, and then like how some things can change when you get married, that could stop. They probably won't tell you you look cute or whatever. But I think it's a problem if you don't give your partner compliments, but you give the outside world compliments.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, if it's on social media or in person at work or at the park or whatever, that's where the problem lies. But if you're a person that would like more compliments and like more attention, I would just probably say like, hey, so-and-so, how about you say this, or how come you don't, and so on and so on. Because sometimes if you don't tell the person what you like or what you don't like, they won't know, because we're not mind readers.
And I think
so I would just say something.
A lot of it goes on because when relationship, most of us get our lessons about relationship from the movies, and not knowing that movies are scripted. That you got writers that plan everything, and it all sounds good, and you think that the person you're in a relationship with, a committed relationship with, gonna know everything you want. They don't. And it's kind of like weird to tell somebody that you want something, but if you don't do it, you probably gonna get it.
Yeah, I feel like you should.
Now look at this. You may run into somebody that start giving it to you by happenstance. You know how you meet somebody and say, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe this person." They check all the boxes without even them telling you. They haven't told I haven't told them I like compliments. I haven't told them this, and they just check all the boxes. But everyone does that because when they first trying to get you, everybody pay attention to you. and same 9 times out of 10, once they get you, it's like, okay. Oh, that stops.
I think for some people, I don't think everybody.
Yeah, I don't, because I think you still have to keep that same like romance and keep that same fire. Same. So I think that people still need to keep up their appearance. People still need to do things that they spouse like, whether it's like, oh, I love it when you wear that cologne when you walk past, and it gets that woman that she like, oh, babe, you got that on? He like, yeah, I got that on for you. That girl put that outfit on that dress, and she just, I don't care, she walking around the house just cleaning the dress, and you just like, oh, babe, I like that dress. Like, yeah,
no, you're right. You have to like you. I said this. We just got finished couple coaching. You got to study the person you're with, find out what they like, and do it. It's just that simple.
But sometimes you can do. Sorry, you could be doing what the person likes, and they still won't give you attention or compliments. I remember it was a celebrity couple. I believe it was Boris Cujo and his wife. Can't think of her name. Nicole Parker or something. And they're both beautiful people. And I remember it was like years ago, and she had said even he wasn't really giving her attention. He'd be focused on whatever he was doing. Oh, like, wow, they're both gorgeous. You know what I mean?
That's because he's pretty.
Yeah, right?
They both pretty. They both look good.
Like that. I'm like, Lord have mercy.
A normal chick was like, a normal guy was like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
When you're too pretty, that man, trust me, I dated some pretty men. Oh my God, the worst, the absolute worst.
Yo, a normal guy was like, 10 years later, I still can't believe how beautiful you are. She got the look. She got the money.
And meanwhile, he in the mirror with himself just,
Right.
yeah, babe, put some oil on me. You like, boy, if you don't look at me, I'm in full glam over here. And he just like, oh, I didn't even notice. You look nice.
Yeah, right.
Today. You like, I can't do pretty men like that. Yeah.
But no, it goes. I think, and it goes. But I mean, I was watching this one show called Black Love, and I heard that the woman said she was expecting her man to give her compliments, but she wouldn't do anything to cause him to give compliments. Like he just walking in her, like, a bathrobe, whatever, So she wasn't really, spicing it up like that. So, again, look at this. If you want compliments, put something on that'll make this person say, "Oh wow."
Yeah.
Get it? You see me? I keep a haircut every 2 weeks. I keep it fresh. I go to the barbershop, get it all cut off, look like a new person. Come home. What's up, Josh? How you doing? I haven't seen you in 2 weeks. But no, you gotta keep it fresh. I buy new clothes. I listen to my spouse. She says she likes certain things. Like certain things I wear. I order specifically just for her.
Aww.
So, yes. Gotta be smart.
Look, you have to. You have to.
Yeah.
You gotta keep on doing the same thing that caught their attention. You gotta keep trying to keep their attention, and things might change. Like you gain weight. After
I know
everything drops.
In my life, I dress certain ways, so sometimes I change up my dress, my clothes, my style, just for a day or two. Just keep it fresh.
You have to do something different.
Gotta keep me personally. I think gotta keep giving that person a different side of you all the time.
Yeah,
keep it fresh.
Yeah,
that's good. So let me see here. Another question: why does a person cheat on one person in one relationship, but not cheat on the next person in the next relationship they get into?
Well, there's a couple of ways I can look at this question. I think one reason could be the person that they're dating. Maybe they weren't checking off all the boxes. Maybe they outgrew each other. And another reason could be maybe the second time in the second relationship the person was with, maybe they matured. Maybe they learned, matured, grew up, learned more about themselves. So maybe it could be that it wasn't the person that made them cheat per se. It was them as a person. They needed to grow up and really realize what they wanted, what they didn't want, get themselves together. So I would probably look at it like in those, two different examples. It doesn't, mean they're once a cheater, always a cheater. I don't believe in that, but it could be the person that they were with, or it could be they just needed some maturity,
Yes, and again, some people are different. The person they're initially with may be different, where the next person, no, you cheated on me, it's over. And the person, okay. And they value, and again, they value what they have. I think, again, sometimes a person has a real serious issue. That could be the case. No doubt about it. And they probably need therapy, some real thought process of why they're doing what they're doing. Number two, they don't value what they got initially. They find somebody that they really value, don't want to lose it. They say, I'm not gonna mess this one up. I value this. Because sometimes when you initially have something good, you don't value it and you would just give it away. Then when you go on, like, oh my God, I can't believe I left that. So, there's many ways to look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
Well, I know some people that are much older than us three, and they're still out there having a good old time. You know what I mean? And these are great people, I feel, that they're with, and they're out there having a great old time. And
still cheating?
Oh yeah, having a grand time.
Age? Oh God, that's
like much older. I don't want to give it away, but they're much older than us. And these people check off the list and everything, doing great things and all, but still out there having a good old time. So in my opinion, I think it's this the person. And sometimes too, I think it's individual person.
Yeah.
And maybe it's what they saw growing up.
Yeah.
Maybe, or it's just maybe the home they were raised in was completely fine, but it's just their own personal issue.
And
that
then,
you're dealing with,
also
you know?
what they get away with. A person in any relationship only do what a person will let them get away with. If all women said, "You know what? If you cheat, it's over," men will not cheat because all women will say, "It won't let no, we can't do
Well,
that."
sometimes you don't know you're getting cheated on. There's a difference between you don't
Well,
know
no,
versus you know.
I'm just saying that. I'm saying though, if all women said, "If you cheat on me, it's over," a lot of men wouldn't do it because it would not be allowed. Most men don't. A person don't do anything they're not allowed to do. And if they're allowed to do it, guess what? They continue to do it because they're being allowed to do it. Um, look at this. It's true. No one changed until there's a reason to change. For the most part. For the most part. And no one really lose weight until they feel like, I think I need to lose weight for a reason. No one make real major changes until there's a reason. So, sometimes again, that's not the law. That is just a reason, a cause, one reason out of a million that why a person would cheat and not cheat the next time. So,
well, I believe the reason why most people cheat is just because a lot of people are just selfish, and I know because I used to be one of those people. So,
First step is admitting.
We try to make it seem like, oh, well, you wasn't doing X, Y, Z, or he was lacking here, he wasn't doing that, and and the truth about it is, a cheater will find any reason. It'd be like, oh, well, your toenails didn't match your fingernails that day, and hers did, and she told me I look handsome, so I just slipped up, and so it's like, bro, that don't go. So, but the thing about it is, I believe it has a lot to do with inside you're trying to get something else.
mm-hmm.
And because you can't get it from your spouse, not really realizing that your spouse probably can't give it to you either. It's probably more internal things that you are dealing with that you're not feeling fulfilled or you're not feeling good enough. And you need something else that makes you feel like, okay, well, I need that extra. I need something else to make me feel like I'm getting what I need. And most of the time it's just that person lying to themselves, thinking that going outside would be a way for them to get whatever it is that they're looking for. When it's not, it's just going to cause more chaos and trials and tribulations in your life. And then I also believe that it's almost like a coward way of dealing with relationships. I believe people who cheat probably, I know that most of them don't have great relationship habits. And what I mean by that is that because you can't sit down and talk it out and try to figure a way around how to come to a resolve in your relationship, you take the coward way out, and the coward way out is, okay, well, let me just leave my relationship how it is. Let me not try not to fix it. Let me just go over here. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you building a house and you run into like, oh man, I got plumbing issues. I have electrical issues. And you say, you know what? I don't even care no more. Let me go stay at, Tisha house. So you go to Tisha house, but bro, dude, your house is still unfinished. You still gotta tap that. But in a cheater's mind, they're like, well, let me get away. I just need a break. No, what you need to do is stay with your home so you can build it up and get what you need to get so that you can get to the final product. And I think a lot of times when people who cheat, that's the way I used to be a cheater, but that's the way
also talk to your person you're with and say, you know what, this is why I like, this is what I need. Can you give me what I need? And if they can't, let us leave you alone because you can't like give me what I need. That's the way she handles it. You know what? You can't. I don't think you give me what I need. So, or you're not willing to try. So.
All right.
Yeah. So let's move on. Next question is: what should a person do if they say they're no longer in love with their partner?
Get that head, that bread, that like, I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. Lord have mercy. I'm just playing, y'all. Oh, Lord. Yeah, go ahead and answer.
Well, my answer is, I would probably say why. You know what I mean? Ask the person why they're not in love with you, you know, and have them express it. I'm not in love with you because yada yada, you know, figure out the reasons why. That's, you know.
Believe it or not, if you tell a person, they may say, I feel the same way.
They might. Oh, okay.
They may surprise you. Oh, I feel. You know what? I'm feeling the same way. I'm glad you brought that up.
I'm glad you brought it up. Now that we're talking about it. Now we're on the topic. but no. And the good part about it is that I think being in love is something that can be worked on. It can be grown. You can do certain things. If you were in love before, now let me personally say this. I believe this. Relationships are like clothes, and it's possible that you can grow out of them if you don't stay connected. You don't stay rubbed. You know, that's why you gotta keep doing things, keep learning each other, keep enjoying things together. I believe that you should do as much as you can to get together as a couple, so you can keep that in love fire going. I believe. Right.
So, you know.
I'll go get that bread. Joy, what you say?
Get that head, that bread, and leave.
But if they say they're no longer in love with their partner, you know, I'm like, you know, you got to talk to the person and see if you can work it out. You know, leaving is not always the answer, because guess what? The same problems you had there, you're gonna have over there, and eventually, you will have to address the same issue if you haven't changed. So
yeah, I believe you're in a marriage and your spouse tells you like, oh yeah, well, I'm no longer in love. Then I think that's when you need to reevaluate your relationships.
Yes.
What y'all laughing at?
I don't know. I'm waiting for it. I don't know. What's the joke?
What you laughing at?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Joy.
If you're in a marriage and I want to know what's so funny. I want to laugh. Right? If you're in a marriage, then it's time for you guys to reevaluate your marriage. And at that point, you both need to make a conscious decision. Like, look, I know that we've gotten off of our path. Let's do whatever we need to do to try to get back on to the same page and try to be back in sync with one another. And I think it can happen. I believe I think in a marriage, in a healthy marriage, there's going to be many times that you find yourself falling in and out of, like, quote unquote, in love with that person throughout your marriage. Why are you crying?
Crying? Go get you a tissue.
Sorry.
Where's your handkerchief?
What? I want to laugh.
No, bad job. You're doing a good job. Go ahead.
Oh man, Josh, I want to laugh so bad. You crying? That no gotta be funny, yo. I don't know why you holding back. I want to know. Right? And
is that off the air talk?
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
And so I think you have to, you both have to get to the point where if one person's feeling like, look, I'm really not feeling this anymore, you guys have to get a concrete plan on how to actually get back on the same page and get to know each other again and be able to appreciate each other at that same level you was able to appreciate them when you first initially met them or initially fell in love with them. And I think that's all it is. I think it's about communicating and making sure that you guys both try to stay on the same page as much as possible while on your journey.
Melissa Burnett said deuces. Oh, then deuces.
Hey,
Deuces. We're on the same page. that one crazy, like, oh, and I'm no longer loving you. I'm so glad you were talking.
I'm so glad you said that. I was
trying to tell you myself. But that brings to this another question here. Same thing, pretty much. So, do you think a couple should stay together if they realize they hardly have anything in common? Now, like I say again, all that can change.
Mhm.
You can find things in common. You know, you may be different. Yes, men and women are just in general different. We think different. We act different. But again, at the same time, though, if you're going to be with somebody, after the honeymoon stage, you must find things in common that you both. Matter of fact, if you're together, if you ain't had those feelings for each other, it's because you have something in common. Number one, the root word for relationship is relate. The only way two people to come together, they have something to relate to. Now, all you need to do is just find more things to relate to about. Watch TV shows. You know, now what if this? What if you have two different philosophies of life? Well, one person may have to change the philosophy of life in order to be with that person. It's like this. It's like this. At being at a job, like for example, if you want to work at a job and stay there for the rest of your life, that job changes all the time. A job changes. Job rules. I know one time when Amazon said initially when I started working at Amazon, they let us bring our cell phones to the building. But after the pandemic, and everybody and things get back normal, they said, "Oh, we're gonna stop, and in about a month or so, you will not be able to bring your cell phone to the building." And I said in my head, "Well, I don't want to change my philosophies about that. So it's about time for me to go back to my regular job."
I said I gotta leave.
I gotta leave. I can't watch no movies. Oh, I gotta leave. This is not gonna work. We're getting divorced, Amazon. So likewise in a marriage, I could have stayed. I would have changed my philosophies and say, "No, what? Well, you know, now if I really needed the job, I would have stayed. I would have changed my philosophies in order to stay there. But because I didn't particularly need it to survive, I said, well, you know, see you. Now I go to I drive like an hour and a half to go to my office and watch TV all day while I work. So, I don't have to look at a cell phone. I look at a big screen TV. So should they stay together? If you can, if you're married, you should do all you can before you get divorced.
Before you call it quits, yeah.
Do all you can. Do all you can. Trust me, it's workable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you just dating,
no, if you dating,
adios.
Deuces.
Yeah.
Let me go find somebody I have more common with.
Right. Because if you just dating, the thing about it is dating. If you're already having so many struggles when you dating,
oh my God,
like you should already know. I'm like, because I always tell people, marriage and babies. If you want to test a relationship, get married or have some kids. That will let you know where your relationship lies, because those are two really big stresses on a relationship that you really have to. Both people have to work at in order to survive. But I believe that if you're married to someone, then I think, like Josh said, you need to try to find things and just start with small things. Don't be like, oh yeah, well, I don't like your family. I don't like your family. Well, come to me with me to a family, a family reunion. No, you're not doing that. Take small steps.
Right.
Like, watch a show together. You know what I'm saying? Watch. If y'all like reading books, read a book together. Do small things that will lead to
big things.
Don't just be like, like, oh, well, we should try something. Yeah. Why don't you let my mom come live with us? What? No, I don't like that woman.
I don't like you.
I first got to like you first.
Like, now you want me to have her in my house? No. So I would tell people, take those small things. Take small things first and build off of those small things in relationships. And eventually try. And I mean, if at that point you really just like, oh yeah, we just don't like each other. I feel like the only time you should look at getting divorced is if you
don't want to change.
Outside of like infidelity and stuff like that.
You don't want to change. You don't
You
want
don't
to
want to
change.
change.
Yeah,
When,
like, or
when
if
you
you feel like, I know with me, one of my husbands, ex-husbands,
One of your husbands.
one of my ex-husbands, I knew it was time for me to go when I feel I don't know why I remember this like it would happen yesterday. Every time he used to put his key into the door,
Oh wow,
my stomach would turn, right? And I remember I used to have to tell my mother, I'm like, Ma, yo, I think I'm gonna try to kill him. Like,
you tell me. Do that or go to jail. Leave. Go leave, please.
In my mind, I was coming up with all types of concoctions, like, yeah, but I know if his family asks for an autopsy, then they're gonna be able to find a poison in his stomach. And then I'm looking and going through my forensic science books, trying to figure out what kind of poison is undetectable.
And that'd been the first thing that FBI looked at all your cell phone notes.
Yeah, they come right to you to be the first one.
Exactly.
She got a whole bunch of story about how they killed somebody.
Exactly. I'm telling you, I'm watching I'm just keeping on the ID channel. Snap is like my show. I was just like, yo, everything's gonna trace back to this.
But no, look at this. Even with that could have changed if that person would have changed.
Right.
Because
the thing about it is now he and I are cool. It took some time. But he and I are cool now.
Yeah.
But if he would have, honestly, if he could have changed some things and changed some of his behaviors, honestly, I would have probably tried to work that marriage out. Simply because I know people probably think like, oh, George, just go get married just at the flat, at the drop of a hat. Now, just so I can snatch him. You know what I'm saying? Don't get mad because I can snatch him, okay? I can snatch me a husband. But I look at it as, I never wanted to be, I would love to be able to have a happy, healthy marriage. And that's what I strive for. But I do understand that takes two. I do understand that, I can't just sit around and be somebody's, let people do whatever and walk all over me and just like, oh, well, I'm his wife. The devil is a lie.
Nope.
The devil is a lie.
Let's move to the next question real quick. Let's watch this. Should a dating married couple stay together just because they have children together? I don't think they should stay together. I think they should work at it harder because they have children together. Because what we're seeing now in our society is broken homes.
Absolutely.
We see a lot of children that are angry. I was watching Marriage Boot Camp last night, and I seen grown men come to tears because they said their father was not there. And there's many reasons why. But yeah, when people don't understand, people think, well, we just had a baby together. No, you had a child together, and it takes that child wants his father to be around. That child wants his mother to be around. That main relation there, I think, is key to a person them growing up. Now, if it's not there, could a child survive? Yes, but I believe that a child can be better off if they can see both their mom and dad together. So I don't think you should stay together. I think you should work hard at staying together and becoming one, because you can change that. So, anybody's thoughts?
Go
ahead, Dre.
Melissa said no. Hey, no. That's gonna make your point.
I agree. I would say try to work hard to stay together, but it depends. For me, I think it depends on the problems that the couple is having.
Yeah,
so, I mean, it's like little stuff. Oh, you did this or you did that. But if like there's serious like violence or abuse or emotional abuse or whatever, like things like that, if they can't get help and get that fixed, I would say goodbye. But if it's like the regular stuff, oh, you spend too much money or whatever, you can get that fixed. So I think it really, for me, I think it depends on the situation for them to work it out. Because even if you do stay together for the children and you're not working hard to get your stuff together, it's bad for the kids to see mom and dad going through this horrible stuff. Because what you're doing is you're showing them how a marriage will be. So when they get older, they're going to be doing the same thing they saw mom and dad do.
Melissa said the same thing.
Yeah.
Said you have to try to exhaust all options because you're setting a standard for what your children strive for on their future relationships in marriage. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yep. Or even the coaching that Josh and I did. And some people were saying that they're like this way because mom and dad were this way.
Yeah.
You know? So it's just like a generational curse.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I know some people, their parents got divorced when they were much younger and they are adults right now, and that still affect them. You know, like they're getting really emotional about it and happened like forever, you know, like so long ago. So either way, if you stay, you know, together and you're not working it out and your kids see that, it's horrible. And then if you divorce, it can be, you know, kind of bad on the kids too, because, you know, it's something they'll never forget.
Yeah.
I think it depending on how bad the relationship is. I think if it's like, because I've heard children whose parents stayed together and they used to say, like, I wish my dad and mom was never together because they had, you know, abuse. They got, you know, and especially for boys, no boys want to see their mom get beat on, you know, even if it is by their father. A lot of them end up hating their father behind that. So
hold on. Will Smith don't have issues about that. He
exactly. And that brother 50 something.
That's very why.
Yeah, he up here smacking grown men in the face. Yeah, you know, and don't have your son get out here smacking some other man and then get beat up because he done smacked the wrong man because he got issues, daddy issues. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that in your life. You don't want that in your son's life.
And the book said, "Yeah, I felt like a coward because I'm like, hey."
It feel like how when you had that little boy up in your house with your wife, you take a picture. That's when you should have felt like a coward because that's what we all thought you was one.
Just smacked him.
Other than that, you was I Am Legend. After that, we was like, oh, Will, you tripping. But yeah, I think depending on how bad it is, but I also tell people, I think it's very, 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 very important. And I'm going to be doing a show on this too. On women, and I guess men, choosing who you want to have children. Because my thing is, if you had to marry everybody you had children by.
Or slept with.
I know for sure if you had to marry everybody you slept with, you would not proceed with these people. If it was like mandatory, oh my gosh, if it was mandatory for you to marry everybody you slept, oh my goodness, I can tell you now.
After you slept with, you say, "Oh, you're married now." Like, oh my God, what?
Like, oh no, that ain't happening. Oh no. Please, Lord, please no, not this one.
Well, I'm glad it's not like that. I'm glad it's not like that.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, that's the way it should be. And biblically, God said to people that you sleep with, you become married to them because you become one flesh with these people.
Yeah,
you cut a covenant with them. And so really, and spiritually, I mean, a lot of us are married to a whole bunch of folks you don't even want to bring up. You wouldn't even want to
married, divorced.
You wouldn't even knock out in daylight. Like, you slept with them? I don't know them. What you mean? No, I ain't sleep them. No.
Someone's got like 50 to 100 people.
Josh is so silly.
It's on paper. It's just on paper.
Exactly. So many. Oh Lord. But I always tell people that if you, and I also tell people don't get, because I think with women, well, one thing I know for sure, women are more sober-minded prior to having sex. Men are more sober-minded after having sex.
Yeah.
Oops.
So, and women get caught up in the, especially if it's, their clock is ticking, and for whatever reason, a lot of women have.
Yeah, sex and oh, we're gonna get married now. So
and men like, I don't even like you, shorty. You're like, wait a minute, you done took me out. You done let me meet your family.
It's the women. The 46. Oh, we can be friends.
Exactly.
I'm the kid with that. Oh my God. It told me that part of the deal.
What? Josh is so silly. Josh is a whole nut, yo. Josh is a whole nut.
Oh man.
But that's the truth. And with women, I wish women would get out of the, I've seen a lot of women, you know, now statistics have it that women, the majority of single mothers are women, college educated women in their 30s. Because, you know, that clock is running out and they're like, oh, well, you know, I just need to have a baby. I know I don't have the husband, but let me have the baby. And I get it. I mean, I think every woman, if you want to be a mom, I believe by all means, be a mother. You should. That's one of the best jobs and titles I think a woman can never have. If she ain't raising, you know, a demon child. But because she raising a demon child, I'm telling you now, I couldn't do it. I'll be locked up somewhere. But I think that I think we just need to take better inventory of the people we mate with, because they're not gonna leave your life, and you gotta. And I think you gotta look at people like, look, if you did the worst thing to me, would I still want you around my life? Because with children, you can't. Now with divorces, I get divorced. I ain't gotta see none of my ex-husbands. I don't even know you. I wouldn't know if they was living or dead unless somebody came and told me. But if I had a child with these men, I have to know, because I have to see them at birthday functions. I gotta be cool if he had somebody else, and if, you know, I gotta try to play nice with her. Now I'm in a polygamous relationship because now I'm a sister. Gotta play sister wife with some woman, with some dude. Like, it's a whole lot that goes into this. And this is stuff you got to think about, because you got to think about now if you in a polygamous type of relationship. And I say it's a polygamous type of relationship because when you got children all outside these different homes, and now all these people, now you got different communities, which is what polygamy is, when you try to build communities around one person, whether it be men or women, because some women are in polygamous relationships because they got multiple children by multiple men. And now these men got to be kind of cool. Then you got to bring all they mothers and they sisters and they brothers and all they cousins, and it's just a lot. It's a whole lot. And these kids have to try to, you know, mentally understand. Now we have all these terms like, oh, this is your bonus mom. This is your, you know, and but it's a lot for kids. Trust me.
Yeah.
Coming from a child who's a part of a blended family. It's a lot trying to process, you know, all of this extraness, because it's a bunch of other people and you got to try to embrace everybody. It's just a lot. So personally, I say just get married first. Have kids with that one person. That way your family unit is just a solid family unit. You don't have to try to, you know, play, you know, Mr. Potato Head by adding all these extra people and pieces. It's a lot, y'all. It's a lot.
All right, we'll go to the next questions. If you're married or committed relationship, should your partner have access to your cell phone, emails, and social media, and why?
No!
Tracy?
Well, I think if you want to give it to them, fine. If they ask for it, fine. But I think it shouldn't be, why you want to have it? No, you can't have it, because then you're keeping secrets. I think if you're in a committed relationship.
You need a password for it.
What you need my password for? I think
like, don't you have your own Facebook account?
But I think if you're asking for it, then they should be able to ask you with no problems. So I think that goes for, like, just my opinion, like phones, emails, Facebook, Instagram, or, you know, whatever, you know. But I think if you're, huh? I can't see.
Yeah, let's monitor.
Yeah.
Is the monitor?
No. I don't know.
No.
Oh, okay.
But y'all keep going on. I was just
I'm
taking lipstick inventory. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I think if you're going to ask for it, you know, then be willing for them to ask you. But I think if you're saying like, no, what do you need it for? Then I think then you're hiding something. But I think, you know, but some people don't even care to have it. Like, okay, you know, whatever. But
yeah, like he's like, what? What'd you say?
Like, what happened? I forgot my password.
I can't remember it.
I can't remember right now.
I think you should be able to leave your phone out, you know, whatever. Like, you know, no secrets.
Oh, yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
So I think you're a person that always got to carry your phone around. You're going to the bathroom. You're putting toast in the toaster. You put anything in I got to go to the microwave. If your phone is with you all the time.
They cheating.
that they doing something.
They
If your
cheating.
computer, before you get up, you gotta lock it real quick.
They definitely cheating.
Yeah.
That's both signs of a cheater. Like if you got,
Yeah.
if that person got to have their phone with them all the time.
Right.
When I mean like carry it around, like you inside the house and you acting like somebody gonna come snatch your phone.
Right.
9 times out of 10, you got something on that phone, especially if it's already locked.
Yep.
Like why you gotta carry a locked phone with you to the bathroom, my dude?
Sleep with it under a pillow.
Exactly.
Like a tooth fairy put under the pillow.
Exactly. Like why are you doing all that? So I feel like you should have. Now I think if you're married, for sure, you should have your spouse's passwords just in case something happens to them and you need to get inside their phone. But I believe you need to be responsible. Like, don't be one of those people that, because I hate this show.
When a person sleep, you put
that
your
be
thumb
sneaking,
on it.
yo. I can't tell you how many times that happened to me.
Someone will blow their breath to see the fingerprint.
Oh gosh. I've had people, because I used to, like I told y'all, I used to be out there.
I say, don't go looking. You may find something.
Look, and I've had people come to me, Joy, when the last time you talked to such and such? I'm like, what? Well, that's a random question. Nah, answer the question. Why are you asking me this? Because I went through your phone and I'm like, yo, for real? So if you get the password, all I'm saying is I'm gonna need y'all to be respectful of your person's let them have their privacy.
Yeah.
If you love them, trust me, if they cheat, it's gonna come out eventually.
Eventually, yep.
Yeah, well.
So don't go sneaking. I say have it just in case, God forbid, somebody dies or have a heart attack. You need to get in contact with people and you don't have the same people in your phone that they have in theirs. And you need to reach out to somebody. That's fine. And you might need to, do other stuff. But if you go in and you just looking through their phone while they sleeping and you sneaking, or they in the bathroom and you looking and trying to read through every text and stuff, my thing is maybe you don't need to be in that relationship.
That is true.
Maybe that relationship is not for you. Maybe you can't find any security in it. And with you having insecurities, it's going to cause other problems, because no matter what this person does, it's never going to be enough, because you have so many insecurities about yourself where you don't trust that this person will do right by you. So I believe that you should be able to have it. But I think if you are the type of person that's going to abuse your privileges, then no, you don't need to have nobody's stuff. You need to go figure your stuff out, because why you got to look through somebody else's phone, and whether they doing something or not. And I feel like if I'm a person, I just feel like, look, if it's going to come out, it's going to come out. I don't have time. I've never been a woman like that. I hate men like that. Trust me. And I get it. I was doing it. But I want to tell you can ask me though. You can ask me and I'll tell you what it is.
Keep all the players out there.
You know what I'm saying? Now for all the players, let me tell y'all something. What y'all do, y'all need to just delete everything. Delete every text message, delete every phone number. Just remember people. You need to be one of these people that just remember numbers right off the top of your head, so you know when a number calls, you know if you want to answer it or not. And when you at home, just put on airplane mode so your phone don't ring at all. And then when you leave, turn it back on. Like,
why don't I ever call you?
Like, they don't get no phone calls. Nope, never. Like, your phone don't never ring.
I'm not that important. I'm not that important.
All day.
I got
You
no
don't person
friends.
that talks to me. Now,
I gotta say my minutes.
Try to call your phone and it goes.
I gotta say my minutes. What's the next question here, real quick? The person still be with the person if their family doesn't like him or her before date, marriage, and during.
No.
Well, before marriage, absolutely not. First of all, you need to ask mom, dad, uncle, aunt, grandmother, father, whatever. How come you don't like him or her?
Yeah.
First I would ask that.
Yeah.
If one relative doesn't like that, man or woman, maybe it's just that one person. But if like the majority of the family doesn't like that person that you're dating, that's a red flag, and you need to ask why. How come you don't like him or her? because it will cause problems. Because now when you get married, now you got Thanksgiving and birthdays and Christmas.
Yep.
It's hard to fake not liking
All
people
years.
who really don't like them.
All
You
years.
gotta have kids together. It's gonna be a long, long life. So no.
I agree. I think it's a tough decision to make, but again, if a person, if your family is saying they don't like the person, you should ask them why.
Mhm.
Because your family know you more than probably you know yourself for the most part, and they probably know people who probably better fit for you. And then, again, I'll say this: women know women more than a man would know a woman. A man knows a man more than a woman would know a man. So again, I'm giving, I guess, for myself, when I got married, of course, I want Tracy, my wife, who was my fiance, come around the people I knew.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, if they didn't like her, I'm like, why not?
I knew them before I met you.
Exactly.
Yes, so again, make it clear, we didn't have no problem because she knew my family before she even knew me. So.
I'll never forget, real quick, hold your thought. I'll never forget, I went to the parsonage, and I think you answered the door, and your mom was there, and then she didn't know that we knew each other, because I think at that time we were still friends. And she's like, "Oh, you know Tracy?" You know what I mean? It was funny. But anyway.
Yes. So again, it's good to have because when you're in love, you tend to not see all the blind spots and all the wrong things. And let me tell you something. It takes more than just being in love to be married to somebody for the rest of your life. Again, and there's a whole bunch of things that a person may have, may not have, that people, your family know you. You may be in love and say, "Oh, I can't believe this person," and they know this person may not be a good cooker, and they know you like to eat food. that may not be a good combination for you, because they know how you are when you don't have somebody cooking for you. So you should always, I wouldn't say make a decision on it, but keep your ears open, your eyes open. I know one time somebody told me that I shouldn't mess with somebody, and I took the advice. Come to find out, that chick is like crazy. So I probably avoided a big disaster. So I learned to listen to people who care about me. And like Chris said, if it's one person, I wouldn't think about it. If it's a few people, I'll say why, and start looking a little deeper and say, okay, let me look at background. Now it's time to get an FBI background check. Cause chicks these days be killing people.
You ain't never lied. They do. They do.
I'm not missing.
Yeah, beating children, all that stuff, man. So you gotta watch all that stuff, man. So, and believe it or not, people say when they get married to somebody, say, "Oh, that person changed." No, that person never changed. The problem is that you didn't see it because you're so much in love. So sometimes you should take advice from somebody outside, because when you're close to it, you really can't see it. So sometimes you get a perspective from someone outside of it, so you can get a clearer perception of it. Let's move to the next question. Next question is a basic one. Would you stay faithful to your partner if they go to jail for something you told them not to do?
Hey, are you married to this person?
I don't know.
If you trust me.
If you're dating, no.
Leave.
If you're dating somebody and they go to jail for something you told them not to do, this time that's your cue. Say, "Oh, I'm out."
Leave, okay? Leave. Tell them they can do that bit by themselves. Okay?
You will know. If you will do that bit by yourself.
But like, you can get on the pen. You will have all your pen pals on you. I'll give you free reign. I'm not putting no money on no books. I'm not coming to see you in no jail cell. Trust me, you don't want to do that. Don't be taking them kids down there talking about, "Well, you need to see your daddy." No. You'll see when you get home. Okay.
See you in 10 years.
Yeah. Yep. Now, what about if you're married? If you're married, right? You Melissa deuces. I'm like, I'm sorry, you lost this one. I'm like, I'll say the divorce papers in the mail.
Yep.
And I know you're not going nowhere, so I know you get them.
Exactly. I know you won't get them. I know they can serve you. They know exactly where you are. You inmate 54268.
Now, what about they married?
It depends on what you go to jail for. Like if you go to jail for something that's like would have been beneficial to our family, I might. That's
I robbed the bank to get a kid. We need to pay for someone to rob the
you
bank.
just stupid. See, I might just divorce you just because you're stupid. You're gonna rob a bank? Come on now. You all know how that ends.
How many people you know to get away from a bank robbery?
Exactly. But
I
if they
see
doing
set
like
it off.
wire fraud and they got us like $1 million and they was able to put that $1 million away and was able to find a way to finagle that to where the feds don't come back and get all our stuff.
Trust me. If the feds can do it, they're taking everything.
They're taking everything. Even stuff I don't work for.
No,
Like,
I've heard the stories. Heard the story of a drug dealer, a big time drug dealer who got caught. He said the feds took everybody's stuff.
Take everything.
Took all the houses. They froze the family's account. Everybody that they thought that's involved, they freeze their accounts.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, if he did something like that, now if he went out and killed somebody,
Oh, gone. Nope. No chance.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, if he killed somebody like trying to defend me or the kids.
Defending. Okay.
Brain said this. This is Brain said jail for killing someone for messing with our children. I might wait, depending on how long you looked up for.
10 years, Brandy. How about 10 years? You get 10 years?
Disclaimer there.
It depends on the bid. It depends on the bid. It depends on the
If you're
bid.
20 years, the kid will be old by then.
But if you did it for the honor of your family, though, you gotta look at it. You gotta look for the reason.
Well, see, look, if somebody broke to the house, I had to kill somebody, you know, I expect my wife to wait out, you know.
Of course, I visit you every day, every week.
Every day.
Yeah, right.
I do you like once a month. I'll be there.
Once a week. On Saturday.
Now again, if I went, if I could have avoided, now I wouldn't expect it. No, you know.
I get that. I don't know. It depends. It would for me. It would have.
Brad said 10 years. I don't know.
She said he went 100 weight. She's like, I just feel in my spirit.
Oh, she said 6 years.
She's like, you better be in there, be good. You better get out in good behavior or something.
Better take it in reduced time.
For me, it would have to depend. But if you just dating them, trust me.
No. If you date somebody, that's your.
Because 9 out of 10, they got 12 girls in there writing them anyway. They writing 12 other girls. I watch Love After Lockup.
Yep.
They got 10 other girls in there entertaining too. Don't waste your time. Nope.
Yeah. So one more question here, and do you believe gender roles are important in today's relationship?
Absolutely, I do. Because I can tell you, for me it is. Now, for other people, it may not be. I've been in a relationship where I had to be like the breadwinner. I had to carry someone on my back. And
wait a second. Brandon quoting the Bible now.
What she say?
The Bible says not to keep yourself from your spouse, lest you be tempted. I'm telling you, Brandon, I agree. Don't give up. There's a lot of temptation out here.
Yeah.
But Joy, so
Me personally, I believe, but I was raised in a very traditional home. My dad went out work. My mom stayed home. She was a homemaker for majority of our lives. So I'm used to that. And I've met a man and married a man. And I had to be out here working, killing myself, literally killing myself. and I wasn't happy. And then I wasn't able to be the, you know, the happy, vibrant, pink joy that I really am on the inside, because like I used to say, I'm like, I'm too busy being a husband to be a wife. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You want to be a wife, first be a husband.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm too busy being a husband. I'm too busy out here trying to provide and protect and keep everything together. I'm sorry. I can't be the wife you need me to be, because I'm too busy out here trying to do other stuff.
Yeah.
But then when I was able to get into a relationship where the gender roles were very, very defined, and the way that I liked, to where I was able to, you know, be pink, and, you know, it's like, babe, don't worry about bills, because I don't feel like you should have that stress on you. I feel like you know, pressure's made for shoulders, not hips. I feel like you should be worried about doing whatever you want to do in the house. And I need to be worried about making sure that we able to maintain and keep a roof over our heads and keep a lifestyle. And when I tell you, and maybe some of y'all women never had that. Oh my gosh, let me tell y'all something. If you ain't never had her, you need to get her, okay? Because it's the and remind you, and I still went to work daily and, you know, did everything else, but it was just the point of, it's so much better. It's just a little bit more stress-free. And you can be that pink and that creative and that, you know, you can be happy. And I think you could bring that to your man, because he's so stressed and he's like, oh, well, we got to make sure this is done. And, you know, I'm at work and I'm got to do this. But I can be that joy to be like, oh, babe, let's do this. Oh, babe, and make him happy. And trust me, this man, I'm sure, is happy. Trust me. This man will tell anybody. He gets massages for no reason. He gets dinners. He gets everything that he could possibly want. But that's the least I can do, because I feel like, yo, you give me the lifestyle that I want. And I don't know. For me, I feel like, and I've talked to most women, and most women would love to be able to be with a man. It's like, oh, well, you don't have to really work, or you don't have to worry about paying bills. And most women say, yeah, I would love that. Now, they may not have that option, but I guarantee you most women would take that option if they had it. So,
Tracy, what do you think?
I agree to an extent. I think I definitely agree. Husband should provide, but I also believe each household is different. But I believe a wife should help out, you know, somehow, if it's working inside the home, a business, or working outside the home as a job or whatever. So I think it depends on each household when it comes to making money per se. But also, if you want to spread it out with the gender roles, if you want to go traditional, some men don't really take care of the kids. Some men don't really plan things outside the home with their kids. The woman just cooks and cleans. The man just says, I'm home from work. Where's my dinner? I'm going to bed. You know what I mean? So if to look at it in all ways, like all areas, I agree and don't disagree per se. So I think let's say if the husband cooks better, if the husband cooks better, maybe he can cook and he has the time. If maybe they both can cook, they can split it up. Maybe one can cook, one can clean up. Maybe one can dust, one can vacuum.
See, I feel like
I think it depends. All like for traditional like men, I'm going to take out the trash. My wife doesn't do that.
I need you to do that.
But some women take out the trash. I think it really depends on each household.
I don't do no outside work. We ain't doing that.
Some men garden. Some women don't do anything. Some women don't cook, clean, like nothing.
Some women cut grass.
The lady next door to me, she be outside cutting grass. Got 3 black men living in that house.
No, what I will say.
White woman.
I just be looking at her. I be so sad. I be wanting to tell her, Becky, you better get back in that house and tell when you take my hand. But I was like, you know what? You wanted him so bad. So go ahead.
So I think each household is different. But I do say, as far as cutting grass, if the husband is like physically able to move and stuff, and they have kids, I think the husband should cut grass. Not the woman wants to cut grass because she likes its exercise, whatever. then go ahead. But I think if you have kids, I think the kids should see mom and dad doing certain things. Like a kid shouldn't just see a mom. Oh, mom's doing chores. Dad just sitting back and doing nothing. You know what I mean? So I think it's good for your kids to see mom and dad do different things. Like I grew up and my dad washed dishes. You know, he did different things. He liked outside yard work. He cut grass, he planted flowers and all that. So
my dad didn't even wash his own clothes. My dad didn't pull out his own clothes. My mother pulled out that man.
Yeah, my dad washed clothes. Like my mom washed clothes too. So like some things they did together.
Right.
He didn't really cook them. My dad didn't really cook much. My mom did most of the cooking. So I think each household is different. I had a customer of mine, and she was telling me, my coworker, that I believe it was her husband cooks and cleans or something like that. And my coworker said, does she have a brother? No, but does your husband have a brother? Because you don't really hear that too much. Like, wow, he cooks and cleans laundry. Like, you know.
I had a husband that cook and clean.
I think it depends, you know. I think it depends. That's my short answer.
And I had to work. I said, no, I ain't built for that. You keep all that cooking and cleaning. I hire somebody if I need that. Nah, bro.
Well, no, this husband work too. Yeah, each household is different.
Yeah. Now even in this household, like he cooks from time to time. He will cook. Everything else I basically do, and he washes like his own clothes and stuff like that. But he does a lot. So
everybody's different.
Yeah, I think it depends. Yeah. And we don't have any small children. Like if we had little kids, I'm sure that would change. Because I probably got to these kids somewhere.
Now let me get my thoughts on it. Now, when it comes to men providing, it's not saying, I don't believe that's saying that the men have to make all the money. I don't believe that, because that can't be true. Because in some cases, the man may get injured. It can't work as much. And then, so again, I think it always should be a team effort. And again, if she can go out and get a better job to live a lifestyle they want to get, maybe she want to go out and land a job and bring home the bulk of the money. Now, I say this, everybody should be working, doing something for the productivity of the household. Again, if it depends on how it works out, and again, there were times when I was home a lot because I was and Tracy's going to work, but at the same time, if I was home, I was still making money. Let me put that in for all the men.
I wasn't home just doing nothing.
If I was home, I was still bringing a check in there.
You wasn't eating donuts all day?
No, I was eating donuts, still bringing a check in there. So I don't think again, you can be home, but again, I think it's about working together to build a life you want together. Whoever does the job task better, they should do it, or whoever the most time to do it. Now when I was a homeowner, I probably cook. I don't remember. You see me years ago. I was home a lot. I don't remember.
Wait a minute, I don't cook. Wait a minute, what are we talking about?
What year was that? 1995?
Yeah.
That was in the 1900s, I think.
that was some years ago. So again, I say this, you both got to ask yourself, who's better at what? If a person's better at making money, how about him go out, make more money, bringing the money? So, maybe she works a little bit and brings some money. Now, let me guess, you need some money. Money makes the world go around. The less money you have, the less options you have. So everybody should make money. I'm trying to teach my son, hey, you want something? Business with yours, make some money. Because I shouldn't pay for everything you want. I do what you need.
Well, I guess it depends on the man though, because like my guy, he gets his joy out of providing. His thing is he's a provider. He's a providing male. That's what he does. He strives to be able to provide a lifestyle. And I appreciate him for all of that, because I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. I've been praying, and Jesus must loves me.
But again, I think again, even some men philosophies are wrong. I don't think we have to look why we have love. We must always look at economics also, because economics matter.
Absolutely.
Again, you can love the person, have the best relationship, and be evicted, because it's not that you don't have no money, you don't have enough. So I think, again, while you're able to, you should make all the money you can. So when you are done working and you in your older years, you don't have to worry about going to Walmart being a greeter.
Absolutely not.
So again, I say again, you have to talk. Ask yourselves what kind of lifestyle you want, because the money you have will determine the lifestyle you have.
Absolutely.
Now, should a man do chores? Yes. Should a man wash the bathe the children? Yes. Should a man take up trash?
Absolutely.
Yes. If he's home, should a man cut the grass? If that's the deal?
Absolutely.
Yes. Or if he can't do that, how about hire a
landscaper?
Landscaping company? Yes. But again, I do believe that, again, the man should be involved in the family life, and wash. Sometimes I'll wash dishes. When I'm free.
Josh laughing like, I wash dishes once every 5 years. I'll wash a dish.
Sometimes I surprise her. She come downstairs, dishes are washed, or she'll come back home and the dish are washed. So I'll have time to wash them. So.
Yeah. That's them trying to put that floor play in, like, yeah.
Put the floor play in, man. Every now and then.
Like, so you go in there and get late. You go in there and get ready already. I ain't got to worry about the dishes.
This now, but this is done.
That's one less excuse. Come on, let's get this party started.
I done got one excuse on the way. But no, I think roles are important. I think in this world these days, women work just as hard as men. And again, you need to find out really what works for you. If the woman can be out these days, everybody can make money, because you can make money being at home these days. So again, I think roles are now. Let me say this. This will become important when it comes to roles. The men should be leading. The men should be handling. Should be the volunteers. You know what? I'll take the responsibilities of all the responsibilities. If anything goes wrong, I'm responsible, and I'll be the first one to get up. I'll be the first one to go to bed to make sure that we are moving forward. I will have the man responsible for having a vision for the family, where we're going to go, how we're going to get there, what's our plan for retirement. If the wife should not be the sad part about it is sometimes in a relationship, the woman is pushing the man. And that is frustrating. That is frustrating, because the women saying, I just want you to lead. And the man's trying to chill, be all relaxed, and then want to have sex. She's like, I don't want to sleep with you. I want you to.
What you tell them? Dry up like the Sahara. Be down there like sandpaper. Don't you even try it.
Yeah, because I think the women are turned on by a man that said, you know what, this is where we want to go. We're gonna get this. If she has a vision, the man is listening to her. It's okay. I'm going to do this, so we can have this experience. Like for example, this past week I had an opportunity to do something which would cost another couple $1,000, and I said, you know what, I'm not gonna do it right now. Due to the fact that we're trying to go somewhere. And I don't want that. Every time you get ready to do something, something else happens. Then money, then new money. So I don't want to right now at this moment, mess up the cash flow that we have until we come back from this place we're going to. So because that's what my wife wanted. She wanted to go to this trip. So as a man, I'm responsible. Even though I think I could do it, she would allow me to do it. I said, no, I want to make sure that we have a nice nest egg, so we can have a nice vacation. So and that's when the roles come in important. Where yes, men, you need to lead. I'm saying again, yes, men, you need to be the leader. Be the first one that says, I'm going out there. If anybody should be worried about bills, you should be. Anybody should worry about health care, you should be. Anybody should worry about the welfare of the family, you should be. Even your children's education. I was on a phone call with a child's IOP this week. I'm concerned. Why? I'm concerned about my child. So, I think again, it's not about just a woman's job, but together, raising a family together.
I agree.
Yeah. So
I agree.
we both must. Hopefully, Brian said facts. We most must bring in something called this $1 million house won't pay for itself.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Because if that's nice, lavish vacation don't happen, ain't nothing else gonna happen. Oh.
Need a vacation.
Yeah,
Need a break.
Yeah, but again, I think that's where roles come important. The man, their general role, the man, you should lead. Women. Now let me talk about the women. Women, support your men.
Absolutely.
If you got a good man that's trying to lead and do things, support them. Encourage them, be there, help them where we can. That's important to a man. Because I think a guy said this. One guy said this. He said he left a church because his wife would listen more to the pastor than him. I said, wow. I said
a lot of men don't come to church for that same reason.
Yeah.
Because they like, every time the church doors open, you run in there, and it's all you come home. Or pastor said,
Pastor said.
it's like pastor don't pay none of these bills. Matter of fact, I'm letting you to take some of our money out to pay to the church house. And you come in here talking about pastor. I bet you don't go back saying my husband said.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
A lot of men like, nah, they don't deal with church because of that. So
yeah. So, but
and a lot of women wear the pants. A lot of women wear the pants in their relationship as well. A lot of women don't let their man lead. Like, no, we're not going here. No, you're not going there. No, you're not talking to that one. No, you're not, you know what I mean? So
but I always feel like women like that are kind of insecure and afraid that they don't trust that this man can lead them to where they need to go. So they feel like they got to put on their pants. And because as women, I think that's innately us. Like if we feel like we're being led to, troubled waters, it's our thing. Like, nope, let us fix it. Let's go ahead and do it. Let us go ahead and turn this thing around. And I think once that happens, that shift happens, because I think then you'll find a lot of times in those relationships, either men just become cool with just playing the background and they really don't, they just play the background, or you'll have it like there's a battle for who's the man, who got the biggest, and and you'll see it, and you just be sitting there watching them like, yeah, y'all need to figure this out. Y'all need to go to counseling or something.
Who got the biggest? Well, I hope the guy does.
But it's the truth though. It's like women, they will take the lead. If you fail a woman one time, it's really hard for her to ever really truly trust you wholly.
Yeah.
Like it takes a whole lot to gain her faith back into you. Like, oh, this can't happen again. So then she will take the lead. And a lot of times that's what you'll see. You'll see the woman goes ahead and be like, no, we're not doing this. No, you ain't going here. No, you ain't. And then now she becomes your mom.
Especially if she makes more money.
If she makes more money,
it's a wrap.
If she makes more money and you keep making bad decisions, men, it is important you make good decisions, because if you keep making bad decisions, that woman is not going to trust your leadership.
No,
and I wouldn't either.
She's going to treat you like you were.
I wouldn't either. if I have drivers, I work hard to get more business from my drivers. Know why? Those drivers are trusting that if I say I'm gonna do something, it start happening. So I'll spend I have no limit of the money I will spend to make sure that whatever I say we plan on doing happens. That same way I done in business, the same way it happens in a relationship. That again, men, if you keep making bad decisions and your plans keep failing, guess what? She's not gonna trust you, and why should she? And again, that leaves an open door for someone else to come in and give her a nice vision. So, I'll get you a house, I get you this car, I take care of your kids.
What? Ain't you gonna take care of the kids? I know.
I'll take Johnny out to Chuck E. Cheese.
Can I move in tonight? I'll pack my bags.
I'll babysit for him when we want to break up with you, girl.
What? Oh, I go.
So if you don't need money and you act crazy, forget trust. I'm out. If you don't need, Brandy said, if you don't need money,
If I don't need to get money.
if I don't need money and you acting crazy, forget trust. I'll tell you, man. So, well, guys, that's all the questions. Hope you enjoyed it. I know we had some fun.
Yes, we was on here a long time.
Yeah.
About 10:30, yeah.
We had to wrap it up because so we can do some other shows. But guess what? We got some other shows on schedule coming up. I'm gonna really promote this one. I have somebody from the DOJ, Department of Justice, the FBI, coming on here, gonna be talking about how a person can get a job in the FBI. I wish I'd have met her years ago. I'd have went down there I'd have put my best suit on.
I know that's right.
But so we got that coming on. I got some accounts coming on. We're gonna talk about how to save some money, because now's the time to start talking about what you can do to save money on your taxes for next year. So you can get a bigger tax return. So we're gonna be talking about that. And I think Joy got a couple of shows she's working on. Joy, what kind of shows you working on?
I'm working, as I told some of you all, if you were listening earlier, it's going to be I want to have a show about our family dynamics today, and why I noticed that a lot of younger generation women, they're not talking about marriage. They're just talking about, I would just want to have babies. And, I can't, in 2 years, I'm going to have babies. And these are good girls and college graduates, and they're not even thinking about marriage. And that got me to thinking, wow, have we come so far away from family that it's as if men don't even matter no more. Men are just donors, and we just want to run off with the kids and be like, we get creating families. So I want to have a conversation about that. I'm gonna have that'll be probably a few shows. Also, I want to do one on autism, and how different, basically what you can, like, what some signs of autism, what are some therapies that help, and then what you have to also. I have Urana, and she has an autistic daughter, and her daughter is 20, I think Nene's 23, if I'm not mistaken. And basically what you have to look forward to, and some of the problems that you may face being a parent of an autistic child, because I'm realizing more and more, it seems like more and more autistic children are being born. And a lot of people don't know what they need to be looking for, because you hear something from there, and you hear something about that, and you're like, so everything you're like, well, is my child autistic? Like, they don't know how to color in lines. Like, I don't know if they're so autistic, but that just might be your child. Just don't care, about the lines. That may not be autism. So we're going to be having a conversation about that, about autism and stuff like that. And I got a few other things coming.
Awesome. Also I got Coach B come back on.
Hey, Coach B.
We're gonna have back on probably maybe next week. I think we got 2 weeks probably her back on. So again, we have a lot of shows lined up. Also, if you out there and you have something that you want to talk about, let us know. Email us at talkwithRevJ.joy@gmail.com, and let us know, and be a guest on our show. If you know somebody that has something that they want to talk about, let us know. We screen them. We gotta make sure they're not crazy than we are.
Right? We can't handle that.
We can't handle that. We can't do that. We gotta set a standard somewhere.
Right?
Hey guys. But man, it was good. It was a good laugh. Hope you guys have I think it's supposed to be nice out tomorrow. So hope you guys have a good weekend, and a good week. Hope you enjoyed the show. And guess what? We are out. So from myself, Again, let us know if you watch it live or you're watching a replay, and let us know where you're watching from. Other than that, I'm Rev J, and I'm out.
And I'm Joy. And never let nobody steal your joy. See you guys.
And I'm Trey Bay.
Trey Bay.
Trey Bay.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Good night.
Night, guys.
Talk to you later.